Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, we are going to be doing a reading and energy update for our beautiful collective here on YouTube. Thank you so much for tuning in to the reading today. Know that simply by being present with the reading and sharing your own personal frequency here, you are actually co-creating all of the messages and pieces of information that come through. So if you would like to be a more active contributor to that co-creative process, I recommend subscribing to the channel and liking the video, as these are forms of energetic transference that tend to allow me to pick up more easily on your energy and channel more specifically for you and your situation. For some reason, I heard the words charging up. So you might be recharging yourself physically, mentally, emotionally. This also can mean that there's kind of this energetic charging up taking place on a broader scale, where we are really building a kind of momentum towards something. So I am going to get into more details on really what that might mean for you, for your life, for your connections. I also do want to let you know that if you're feeling a resonance here, there will be an extended version of this reading in our beautiful soul tribe on Patreon. You guys know, who are regulars on the channel, that I channel these collective readings every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And in addition to those readings, there is always an extended version on Patreon for those 3 weekly readings, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So when you sign up to our beautiful Patreon Soul Tribe, you get access not only to this extended reading, but to all previous readings as well. Okay, so I'm going to start today with the traditional tarot cards, and I just want to ask the cards, what do those listening to this reading need to know most at this time? I haven't really gotten any downloads in advance of the reading today. Sometimes prior to the readings, I actually start to pick up on some of the energies that are going to be coming through, but that hasn't happened for this specific collective reading. So I'm really going to just be leaving things open-ended so that you can manifest through whatever you might need to hear from the reading. Okay, we have the Judgment card reversed. Now, before I get into this card, I also want to let you know that it's my only goal through these readings to reconnect you with what your intuition already knows. So only take the messages that do connect with you and feel aligned for you in that intuitive place within yourself, because you are the powerful one. You are the creator of your life, and your intuition holds the compass to that map of creating your life in alignment with all of your highest intentions. So with the Judgment card reversed, I'm getting this energy of someone feeling on the fence, someone feeling indecisive about something here. We also have the Chariot card reversed. This card did kind of fly out of the deck onto the floor. So that sometimes indicates to me that we're picking up on the energy of someone who's kind of at a distance from you. I'm also getting the imagery of a bear, so maybe that is symbolic for someone, but I also heard protective, like the way a bear is protective of their young. This person might have a very protective energy, or spiritually, they might be feeling very protective of you. This is actually taking me back to a reading I did recently within the past few days on the channel about someone feeling very protective of you. So for some of you listening, you may have resonated with that reading as well. If you haven't yet listened to that reading, I'm feeling guided to tell you that there might be a message in that reading video for you in addition to this reading. So after listening to this video, you may want to head over there and check out that reading as well. I can even leave a link to it in the description box for easier access if, again, you are feeling that resonance. I just feel that this person is a bit unstable. This could be emotionally, mentally, when it comes to their life. It's almost like this spiraling out of control kind of energy, and yet they're feeling very protective of you, very defensive of you. This is someone who personally doesn't necessarily feel confident or stable in their own life, but they are feeling very protective of you and your energy. Now, of course, this could be a platonic or romantic situation, but I'm feeling for many of you, this person is someone romantic from your past. This could even be an ex. This could be someone that isn't necessarily actively communicating with you at the moment. We have the King of Wands reversed, and sometimes when I see this card, I take it to be a masculine energy that tends to be very self-focused. It can even indicate some narcissistic traits and tendencies within this person. Ironically, though, we also have the Four of Wands. And I'm hearing that this is connecting with you being aligned with some kind of reunion timeline. But this person, although they're feeling very protective and defensive of you, it's almost like they're not aligned with that higher timeline that you are existing on. Of course, as usual, my guides are turning this into kind of a quantum level conversation. And as many of you know, it can be really difficult to find the physical human words to describe these highly energetic based experiences. But I'm just getting this sense that, and by the way, I have to say this because I am beginning to pick up on polarities here, meaning that I'm sensing if you are listening to this reading, you are most likely going to be resonating more so with the divine feminine, whereas the person coming up as this King of Wands reversed is giving me more so a masculine kind of energy. Of course, these labels, divine feminine and divine masculine, are labels to describe energy dynamics. They aren't necessarily connected to any gender or anything like that. And we actually all have a balance of both the divine feminine and divine masculine within each of us. So these messages could apply to your internal divine masculine or divine feminine, or of course they could apply to an external person or situation. It seems like for the masculine involved here, they've been pushed into this 10 of Swords energy and the 9 of Cups reversed. It's almost like the universe is pushing this masculine to a point of feeling completely defeated by their old patterns and karmic cycles and some of the what we might label as negative dynamics in their life. Although, of course, from a higher perspective, there is no negative or positive necessarily. But this person would definitely perceive these patterns as feeling negative because of how they are impacting their human life experience. I'm hearing a divine breakdown, which equates to a breakthrough for this person. So it's very challenging for their human self at the moment because, again, they're feeling unstable, they're feeling a bit out of control, but ultimately this is pushing them to this 10 of Swords and 9 of Cups reversed energy, where yes, they might on a human level be kind of sitting in this place of feeling sorry for themselves, feeling a lot of heaviness around them. But ultimately, this is pushing a powerful transformation spiritually that's going to lift them up to a higher timeline. It's all necessary for the purpose of transforming them, pushing them to release these karmic cycles and dynamics that they may have held on to in the past, and allowing them to align with a higher version of themselves. Now, potentially for some of them, it's possible that aligning with this higher version of themselves through this transformation will bring them up to this 4 of Wands energy where I see you vibrating at the moment. So again, you are on that higher timeline, what we might think of as a union timeline, where you are holding space for a harmonious, beautiful, aligned, fulfilling connection that's fully stable in the physical world as well. And right now, this masculine isn't aligned with that timeline, but these transformations they're undergoing through that 10 of Swords energy might actually push them to align up with you where you are. Now, I do keep getting this message from your guides, Divine Feminine, that you are intentionally being protected from some of the negative energy around this masculine at the moment, because I'm hearing there's no need for you to relearn the lessons, because you've already gone through your own 10 of Swords moment where you may have felt defeated in a sense, emotionally, mentally, where you may have hit kind of a rock bottom in your life or gone through some kind of very intense ego death experience. But you are now in a totally different energetic space. Again, you are aligned with a higher timeline. Therefore, you might actually feel very disconnected from this person in the physical world, either intentionally or unintentionally. You may have felt guided to set boundaries with this person, to separate from them, to disconnect from them. And if that's been your guidance, trust it, because again, you're being protected from being affected by the heavier energy around this masculine, because I get the feeling that you are on this higher soul's mission at the moment. And it's this mission that carries a very high frequency that you are keeping yourself aligned with so that you can keep fulfilling that mission. But to lower yourself to this masculine's level at the moment for the sake of possibly connecting more with them in the physical would actually hinder you. It would block you from doing what you really feel you came here to do at the moment as a soul. Now, of course, I'm holding space for the infinite number of potential transformations that can occur in any connection in our lives, because of course, life is full of unlimited possibility. There are unlimited numbers of timelines, outcomes, solutions, manifestations that you have the ability to align with. If you can imagine it, you can align with it, including if you can imagine any circumstance or outcome you would desire with this masculine, you have the ability to align with that. But the way is not to lower your vibration to this person's level, but to maintain your higher vibration up on this higher timeline, to stay locked in with your soul's mission, which we're going to get into, because every time I say your soul's mission, I just keep picking up this super high level frequency that is like vibrating my crown chakra. It's so connected with, again, what you came here to do and to be as a soul incarnated on planet Earth. And we are going to do a deep dive into that. But again, it requires you not to lower your vibration to connect with anyone who might be on a lower timeline, including this masculine, if this specific person is resonating for you. So I am going to be reshuffling the cards. And as promised, we are going to read into that soul's mission. Again, that buzzword, every time it just kind of like gives me a little wave of goosebumps. There is something so spiritually powerful taking place in your life at the moment. So what is happening at the moment in the life of the divine feminine that I'm picking up on here in this reading? There are definitely some crown chakra shifts and transformations happening. Okay, we have the Six of Cups upright. So this can connect with your inner child. And what I'm getting very strongly is you are deeply reconnecting with your inner child. Now, specifically, there's something coming up about things that you may have loved to do as a child, maybe places that you love to go, activities you love to participate in, maybe even people that meant a lot to you as a child. This is such a specific message, but for some of you, you may have had older relatives as a child, or relatives that you had a really warm, beautiful connection with who may have passed over, who are now reconnecting to you as a guide from the spiritual realm, or they might be coming to you in dreams, or you might just be sensing their warm, loving presence around you. That can be one message coming through from this Six of Cups. But also I'm hearing that there is this light, youthful, playful energy that seems to be around you, which is such a contrast from the heavier, denser energies that you may have passed through in the past. Again, you may have gone through that ego death, that 10 of Swords, that intensity, that heaviness, but you've transmuted a lot of that heavy energy. And what's left here is this very light, free, playful feeling. There might even be certain moments where you are reminded of being a child, where you used to just create for the fun of it, or daydream, visualize because it made you feel good, or where you used to allow your childlike sense of wonder to lead you instead of needing to always make logical sense of it. Many of you are returning back to that space internally, and that is reflecting in this light, beautiful, airy kind of energy that's around you at this moment. Others might even perceive you physically seeming to look younger, or you might feel like you are looking or feeling younger because of this light energy that's around you. Now, if these are things that you aren't yet experiencing, I might be speaking predictively to some of you, so you might begin feeling this way in the coming days or weeks. I wasn't even necessarily going to speak on the full moon, but I suppose it makes sense because it's just hitting my mind that today is the full moon in the month of March. And so you might be feeling this culmination, this peaking of energies, in part because of that astrological transit, because of that powerful lunation that we're experiencing at this moment in time. So I want to know more. I just keep hearing getting back to your roots, getting back to your core. So for some of you, you might just have this, again, that lightness, that childlike sense of wonder around you. You may even have a feeling of nostalgia. This may be more literal for some specific individuals, where you are actually connecting with childhood friends or family members that you haven't connected with in a long time, again, either in physical form or in spiritual form. I do feel that there is some masculine energy or presence connected to your childhood. For some of you, this could be a grandfather or great-grandfather figure who's sort of acting as a spirit guide that may have passed from this physical world when you were younger. Regardless, this Knight of Pentacles represents a very healing, warm presence, a very patient presence as well. So if this is a past relative, this is someone that had a very gentle, patient kind of energy. They may have taught you how to do certain things. I'm not sure why I'm seeing a father or grandfather teaching a divine feminine how to drive. That might be literal for someone. But I just feel this patient, perseverant kind of energy around this person. They may have been part of your daily routine in some way. If you felt this spirit presence around you, I feel that this masculine past ancestor, family member, or guide is here to assist you in your healing process, specifically in healing certain aspects of your inner child. Wow, I just felt this wave of emotional energy. I know that some of you are definitely resonating with this, although I might just be speaking to a few specific individuals. But it feels like this masculine presence is helping you to bridge from some kind of a wounded inner child space to fully opening your heart again. This might be opening your heart to new love or in a love connection, but this could just be in a general sense, opening your heart to, I have to pause because the energy it's a beautiful energy, but it's emotionally intense. Opening your heart to share some of your childhood dreams and gifts. And for some of you, this might be opening your heart again to do something that you came here to do that you told yourself you either couldn't do, or that you'd waited too long, or that you didn't have the right people or opportunities or materials to support you. But your inner child was crying out to be supported by you and to trust that if you support your dreams and your goals with action, with movement forward, with confidence, that they're going to manifest, that the universe will show up and will provide the support externally, the opportunities, the things that you need, but that you have to be the one to have the courage to support your inner child and take those first steps. Again, that won't be for everyone. For some of you, this again could be opening your heart to a love connection. I'm hearing healing parts of yourself that needed validation, especially from masculine energies. Specifically, if you had a masculine figure, either in your love life or in your childhood, who didn't or wasn't capable of validating you or of supporting your goals, your dreams, your soul's mission, this masculine spirit presence is coming in. Again, it could be a guide, it could be a past relative, it could even be the soul of someone who is physically incarnated here, who's helping you heal. But regardless, this person I'm hearing they're reminding you of where you came from and where you're now going, because you're going to have the courage to keep stepping forward towards those goals. I'm just getting the sense of almost a divine feminine who had something that they were on track to doing from a young age, or that they really wanted to do. And it's like temporarily the intensity of life or the programming from society may have derailed you from that soul purpose temporarily. And now you're coming back home. Now you're coming back into alignment. Now you are back on that track to manifesting whatever that childhood goal, dream, or desire was. Now, for those of you connecting with this being someone helping you open your heart to love, this may even be a new romantic option entering your life, or even someone from your past that's coming up as, again, this Knight of Pentacles, very warm, patient. The word patience just keeps being highlighted. Like, this is someone who is so gentle and so patient, and who at the soul level wants you to feel safe, to open your heart again to love, to receiving love through the heart space. This really could be a physical entrance of a masculine into your life romantically. Again, someone new, someone you met recently, or even someone from your past. But the gentleness of their energy is how you will recognize who I'm speaking about here. You feel very safe with them. You feel, I'm hearing, so loved with them that at times your human self wonders, what's the catch? Like, is the other shoe going to drop? And if that's the case, the guides are just saying that is simply old programming resurfacing. There is no catch. There is no other shoe to drop here, in a sense. This person wants to just risk it all for you. If this is a physical person coming into your life, can I get more information on this Knight of Pentacles? I'm actually going to pull from some of the other decks here to get us some more specific threads of thought. We have self-worth and marriage. So this is someone who, wow, I'm picking up on a divine feminine who may have gone through periods of time where inner child wounds caused you to wonder, Again, I don't feel this at the moment because I do feel you've worked a lot on your sense of self-worth and self-confidence. But in the past, you may have had moments of wondering whether you were worthy of truly being committed to for the long term, through time, through a lifetime. And this is a masculine who wants you to know that you are so worth it. They want to offer you some kind of stable, very long-term connection. With the marriage card here, I have to say this is really coming up as a masculine who would want to marry you, who would want marriage with you. Now, for you, that may or may not be something that you desire. And of course, you can take this however it's connecting. But this is someone who wants something very long-term with you. They see themselves as in this with you for life. And something about hearing that for a divine feminine might even trigger some of those old fears a little bit. There might be a little twinge of, does this person really want to be with me in that stable long-term way? And I'm hearing that in those moments, it's so important to remind yourself of your immense worth and value. Although I feel that this masculine wants to be a physical source of helping you to see just how worthy and how valuable you are. Although, of course, you've come to a place where I don't feel you need that external validation, but this is still someone who wants to give it to you anyway, it's almost like you don't need validation anymore. You've learned to be independent. You've learned to support yourself. But this masculine comes in and wants to support you anyway. And it's such a nice change of pace from many of the connections I feel you've experienced in the past. This is someone who, when you're around them, you feel your sense of self-confidence and self-worth really go through the roof. Again, you don't need this. This isn't coming from a place of codependency. It's just that this person's presence provides such a container of security, and they seem so fully focused on you in such a positive way that it naturally seems to uplift you spiritually and emotionally. That's another way that you can recognize who I'm speaking about here. It's how you feel when you're around them. And as we've been really reiterating, it can't be reiterated enough because it's so essential to the human experience as a soul. But you can trust how you feel when you're around this person, and you feel safe and secure and protected, and you feel this boost of confidence and worthiness. That's the energy you're reading between you and them, telling you there is a very healthy, harmonious bond here, telling you that this is a safe person and someone who wants to support you and wants to offer you something stable and long-term. We also have the word travel, movement, meeting, adventure. Those three terms, movement, meeting, and adventure, might be buzzwords for you at this moment, especially as we are passing through this powerful full moon lunation at the moment. So regardless of whether you are literally traveling to new locations, get ready for your life to be filled with adventure. If it's not already, whatever feels good to you when you hear that word adventure, I see that really knocking at your door, really beginning to come into your life. But I'm hearing it requires you to keep your sacral chakra open. So to stay really in the moment, to stay really in touch with your own emotions. And when it feels like a yes for you, to say yes, even if it doesn't logically work together in your mind or make sense, to not need to necessarily have it all figured out through the mind, but to allow yourself to say yes to those adventures. With the card coming out that also says movement, I'm hearing with that movement word that you're really going to see a lot of growth that's going to show physically, that's been happening spiritually and energetically for a long time. So it's almost like we're coming full circle to those initial messages about something building momentum, something coming into a culmination. You've been planting those seeds. These might be visions, ideas, points of growth within yourself internally. And a lot of that visualization, that intention setting, that inner work has been invisible to others. And in the physical world, you've had this sense of an expansion taking place within you, but you may have not fully yet seen the evidence of it physically. But what I'm hearing with this card is that movement is going to increasingly become more visible. And of course, with the word meeting, I'm really hearing soul meetings from that word. I'm getting that you are going to be bumping into, so to speak, a lot more of your soul family in physical form. Soul family being those souls that share a similar core soul frequency to you and are therefore more connected to you in the quantum realm. Therefore, you tend to incarnate together. You tend to bump into each other through multiple lifetimes, whether those are brief meetings or long-term connections. We have the card, you deserve better than them. I'm hearing if you've been wondering whether your standards are too high, that is simply old programming trying to keep you small. This doesn't have to apply exclusively to love, although of course that's kind of how this card is coming up. Maybe you are wondering, can I really have it all in a sense? Like you might have multiple different dreams and goals and be wondering, can I manifest all of these different aspects of my life, or do I have to limit myself? Do I have to choose one thing? You might be wondering, can I really achieve this huge goal I've envisioned for myself? And of course, there's a resounding confirmation from your guides. Yes, of course, if you can imagine it, if you can create a coherent picture of your life that includes those dreams, those goals, those desires, and you can imagine it visually in your mind's eye, you can achieve it. You can align with it. You can manifest it in your physical world. But also, of course, this could go back to that romantic connection that might have entered or re-entered your life, or might be soon in the future, that really amplifies your knowing of your own worthiness, who feels that you deserve only the best and who wants to provide that for you. I am really loving how this reading has turned out today. So a huge thank you to all of you beautiful souls who are here listening, especially those of you listening during the live premiere of this reading. Those live premiere sessions are such powerful virtual energetic spaces. So thank you for contributing to that as well. Now, I will be going deeper into these messages in the extended version of this reading on Patreon. As I said at the beginning of the video, the link to that Patreon extended reading is in the pinned comment and description box under the video, just to give you a little preview of what we will be exploring, or I should say some of what we will be exploring, because just like these readings, those readings are also co-manifested by all of you who choose to join me on our Patreon page. So we never know exactly what's going to come through, but we will be delving deeper into this Knight of Pentacles. I want to know more about this masculine who is very patient, very gentle. For many of you, this is a physical person romantically who wants to help you to feel supported on your soul's journey in this life. I also realize that we still have a lot more to say about that journey, about your soul's mission and purpose. So we will be talking more about how that soul's mission might be showing up at the moment in your physical life experience. We'll also be channeling messages from anyone or anything else that might be connected to your energy at this time. This could be friends, family members, lovers from the past, present, or future. This also could be spirit guides as well. So all of that additional information and channeling is in the Patreon reading, which again is linked in the pinned comment and description box underneath the video. For now, I am going to close this first reading here on YouTube with one final Rumi Oracle card. So the final card to come out here is Al-Azza, Star of Venus. And I'm just going to channel a message from the guidebook here. I am the pure light, my son. I am not a handful of worthless dust. I am not just an empty shell. I am a regal pearl formed in this world. Close your eyes to see and become aware of me. Perceive me with eyes that see the unseen. Come into the mystery to find me. I am a carefree visitor here for you. Rumi. And the guidebook also says, "My beautiful one, born of radiance, you have love in your heart and a passion for play that cannot be dulled by bleakness, boredom, or fear. Your soul is sensual and dances with life with utter abandonment and devotion. Though the ways of this world may seem strange to you at times, you eventually declare it to be nothing but strange beauty and expand your heart, resisting nothing, to allow all to be bathed in the radiance of your being." I'm going to close the reading there. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you do resonate with my energy, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, join our beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself, and for a daily energy clearing and manifestation tool, my personal favorite tool, which are subliminals, you can check out my brand new app, Sound and Soulful. It's available in the App Store on Apple and on the Google Play Store on Android devices. So you can search for it in the App Store. You can also follow the link directly that is at the bottom of the description box to a direct landing page to learn more about the app. But again, the name of the app is Sound and Soulful, and you can try it out with a 7-day free trial account if you would like to test the power of subliminal meditation in your own life. Of course, in addition to all of this, the link to our extended reading, where we will be heading to next, is in the pinned comment under the video if you would like to head over with me now. Otherwise, I hope you have a truly beautiful, wonderful start to your week, and I will connect with you here again in Wednesday's reading.